seeking support from what I'm seeing. The first thing that I noticed about Prince Ley is he doesn't use his hands. Prince Ley, for whatever reason, not even started off his career, because everyone is saying Ole Miss. Prince Ley played 4 years at Florida. 4 years at Florida. They said that he would be a day 2 pick last year in last year's draft. So he decided to go back to college and he transferred to Ole Miss. And he finished out his season, his college career at Ole Miss. That's how we got to Ole Miss. He didn't commit there. He didn't play 4 years there. He barely played any time at all at Ole Miss when you look at the fact that he played 4 years at Florida. The lack of hand usage was the first thing that stuck out to me. He does have good bend, but his bend, and we're going to draw parallels here because University of Florida Gator, his bend is not on the level of a James Houston. Okay? Whether you were a James Houston fan or you weren't a James Houston fan, you had to understand that he had some very unnatural, superhuman bend. He could get around the corner, he could get around the edge, and he was fast. Well, Prince Ley isn't fast, and his go-to move is bend the corner. He has a 19.8 pass rush win rate in college. Per the video, I don't know his final stats as far as Ole Miss, but per the video that I had watched, he had played 4 games for Ole Miss already, had 2 sacks. The problem here is this. If your go-to is, let's be honest, a slow first step, because he's not fast. He doesn't streak off the corner. He does have good athleticism for his size. I think he's 6'5" to 60, something of that nature. 260, 270. Okay, he's not beating a Penei Sewell. Okay, let me make a further comparison to you. Dallas Turner. Everybody liked Dallas Turner, right? Say yes. Sing along if you know the words. Everybody liked Dallas Turner. And everybody was, ooh, Dallas Turner, he got that speed off the edge. Ooh, Dallas Turner, this, that, and the third thing. Right? I'm just making a point here. Dallas Turner had 3 sacks. And I think it says 12 solo tackles. Yes. So 12 solo tackles, 3 sacks, and an interception. Now, I know Dallas Turner wasn't a full-time starter and all these things, and he had to kind of learn Brian Flores' system. And we all fully expect Dallas Turner to come into his own and be a problem, right? A lot of the things that people were saying about Dallas Turner as far as being an edge rusher was that, you know, he had to get stronger and he had to have more of a power moves because he didn't have a whole lot of them. Well, guess what? Prince Ley reminds me of a slow Dallas Turner. And I'm just using Dallas Turner as far as Dallas Turner's college production, I believe, was a lot better than Prince Ley's. But a guy that doesn't possess a lot of power moves and uses his speed to get to the quarter and uses his athleticism to get to the quarterback. Yeah, Dallas Turner could do that. Prince Ley can't. But then Prince Ley does that. That is his go-to move. In college, that works. It works in college. Let me see another guy here that some people were high on. I was not high on this guy. All right, let's see. Okay. This guy had one more sack than Dallas Turner with 4 as a rookie. Cool. He had 16 and 16. He had 16 solo tackles, 16 assisted tackles. And he did have 3 forced fumbles. Okay. This guy was Laiatu Latu. I wasn't a huge Laiatu Latu fan. Okay. At times, to me, he looked like he was kind of lazy, kind of plodding, wasn't even really trying in college. And obviously 4 sacks is good for a rookie. But I don't even see that out of Prince Ley. Okay? I don't see, like, when I say he doesn't use his hands, go look at his highlight tapes. Just go look at the film. His hands are secondary. He literally, and I'm not, and I'm only doing this, okay? I'm only doing this because I'm pointing out the negative. Because I'm just making a point here. He literally just tries to beat the tackle off of the line with his first step. And then he tries to bend him around the edge. Even sometimes when the tackle will engage him in the block, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes he doesn't even put his hands up. He just tries to drop his shoulder and kind of roll past the guy. It is not always a disengaging of blocker with hands. It is not always a hand fight. It is not always a swipe or a chop or anything of that nature. He really, really needs a bunch more pass rushing moves. The speed to power is almost non-existent. He does have a few good, engage and spin. He does have a decent spin move. Okay. But he doesn't do other things well. Like, people killed me about James Houston and he was a one-trick pony and this, that, and the third thing. Now, Prince Ley does defend the run quite well. Okay, he does defend the run quite well. I'm not gonna lie to that. But then another problem with Prince Ley, while I say he does defend the run quite well, he had a 20% missed tackle rate. So you defend the run well, but when defending it, there's a lot of times where you're just slowing people down instead of making the play yourself because you miss a lot of tackles. And from what I'm seeing, like, his numbers in college are cool, but rushing the passer that way in the NFL is just not gonna work. It's not. Unless you're going against a team that has a bad offensive line. If you're going against that, and you're going against that every single week, that's going to get you to the quarterback. But y'all have seen our schedule, and that's not what we're going against every single week. It's not. So now the question becomes, are we taking Prince Ley at 28 instead of giving up that pick to draft Myles Garrett? Because we know that Prince Ley is not as good as Myles Garrett. He's not in the same stratosphere because he's in college and Myles Garrett is an 8-year veteran. I don't think Prince Ley was in the stratosphere of what Myles Garrett was when he was coming out of college. Myles Garrett is the only player to have 14 or more sacks in 4 straight seasons. Myles Garrett is the fastest to 100 sacks. Myles Garrett is. Do we keep the pick and draft Kingsley? Prince Ley. Sorry. It's hard. It's easy because Kingsley is one of those names that most people have. Prince Ley is. It's not one that I've heard too much. Do we keep our picks so we can draft Prince Ley instead of Myles Garrett? Does someone who will never be Myles Garrett excite you? I'll leave that up to you. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.